Hi, my name's Amber and I'm the exercise physiologist at La Costa Chiropractic, and I'm here just to go over a couple foam rolling exercises that we give you in the office just to release some muscle tension and increase your range of motion in your muscles. And so the first one we're going to do is going to be for your hamstrings. And I use a small foam roller, just I'm more comfortable with that, but there are larger ones. It's just your preference. So for me, I like to do one leg at a time because I feel like that gets me a little bit more pressure on my muscle. And so what I do is I just go like this and roll all the way down over the back of the knee because you want to get all the way along the muscle, and then come all the way back and go to the base of my glutes. And I just go back and forth and I stop on any sore spots and hold for about 10 seconds or so, and then keep rolling until you hit another sore spot and hold for 10 seconds there. If you have a bigger foam roller, you can do both legs at the same time. That's some people's preference. So it would just be like this, and you can cross your legs and hold and then keep going. But like I said, you can do one leg too, like I just did. The next one you can do is for your calves. So the same concept as with the hamstrings. You can do single or double leg and just the lower region. So I start down at my ankle and then I just roll myself here. I have a sore spot there, so I'm going to hold for about 10 seconds or so and just make sure I'm breathing in through my nose and out through my mouth, and then going back all the way, same thing, kind of to the base of that back of the knee. And then I'm just going to keep going. You're going to do each of these for about 5 minutes or so. That's typically a good time for each. And then I'm going to switch legs. Doing the same thing, just kind of walking myself back and forth. Kind of get an upper arm workout. And there you go. So then the next one would be for your quads. For this one you have to be flipped over. And same thing, I like to do one leg at a time. It's just my preference. And what I do is start at my hip and then I'm going to walk myself forward. And so I cross both my legs at the back. So the one I'm rolling is down on the foam roller. And then I just walk to the knee and then walk back. And you switch, putting the other leg on top and moving over, starting at that hip and then walking again. And then going back down, holding on any sore spots that you find, and then keep going. Alright, so now that we've done the calves, the quads, and the hamstrings, we can move on to the more hip complex and the upper body. So for this, two things that get really tight are your hip flexors and your piriformis muscle. So the piriformis is a muscle that is underneath your glute muscle, so it is actually kind of hard to get to. So the way you do that is bring your ankle up over your knee here, and then you're going to sit on your foam roller. The leg that's bent is the hip that we're rolling out, so that's where you kind of want to lean your pressure towards the left. And what you're doing, having one leg as your base and both hands behind you as your other base to roll you, you're going to just roll back, down over your glutes, and then typically when you come about right here, the mid-butt region, you're going to feel that pressure point on that piriformis. And that's when you want to hold for about 10 seconds and just make sure you're breathing in through your nose, not through your mouth. And then you're going to go all the way down to the lower back, and you're just going to keep going back and forth. And then you're going to switch legs. Same thing, you're going to shift more to the right on this and just roll back and roll forward. Your hands aren't moving, your foot's not moving, just stay stationary just to roll you back and forth. Alright, so the next one we're going to do are for your hip flexors. It's kind of an interesting foam rolling exercise, but it works really well. So you're going to position your foam roller and your hands, and you want to make sure that the foam roller kind of comes and hits the top of that hip bone right there. That's where you're going to start, and then you're going to roll down. So you're going to start just like that. I have my other leg bent right here as an anchor. And then what I'm doing is just rolling myself down. Kind of goes towards the quad and then going back up to that hip again. Same thing, I have a little sore spot right there, so I'm just gonna hold for about 10 seconds or so and then keep rolling and then rolling back. And then you're gonna do that for about 5 minutes and switch to the right leg. All right, so now we're gonna move on to the low back, mid back, and upper back foam rolling that we can do. Helps to release the muscle tension and all of that. So I'm just gonna start with the foam roller down here at the base of my low back, and I'm just gonna lay over it. You push yourself up, just like that. And then what you're gonna do is just walk yourself this way, and then walk yourself back up. So your feet kind of going one at a time with the hands to go back down, and then rolling back up. And you can go all the way kind of to like that mid-back area, and then just focus on that section for right now. Hold over sore spots just like everything else, and then we can switch to the mid-back section. So that point, just come and start back here. It's typically good just to reestablish yourself so you kind of don't fall on the foam roller. That doesn't feel good. So I'm going to start here on that mid-back. And then what I'm going to do is I put my hands crossed like this in front of me and just walk with my feet. And make sure to look up kind of towards the ceiling. It just puts your neck in a better position. And you're just going to keep walking yourself back and forth, kind of to the base of the shoulder blades, like right about there. Holding in sore spots still. And just keep doing this for about the 5 minutes, like everything else. And then you can switch to the upper back section. This one's a little bit more difficult, but for me, who's someone who has a lot of tightness in my upper back, it feels really good. I'm going to make sure my ponytail's out of the way, because for females, it feels awful if you tug it under your foam roller. So I start down here at the base of my shoulder blades again, put my hands here, and then I'm just going to roll back this way, and I look more up this time. And then you walk yourself back, and then same thing, just all the way back towards the base of your neck. And just keep doing that for about 5 minutes. And those are your foam rolling tips.